In part 1, our food adventurers Liam and Flora were set a challenge to find the finest ingredients County Down has to offer. After harvesting mussels and oysters at Dundrum Bay, visiting the world-renowned Finnebroke farm for venison, and collecting fruit and veg bursting with flavour from lovely Anna, it's time to return their fabulous bounty to our top chefs.
Well, guys, you've been busy. You want to tell us where you got all this gear?
Looks good. Good County Down produce.
We started off at Dundrum with the mussels in a very misty, foggy morning as we zoomed across the beach on this lovely tractor and gleaned these mussels off the sand, which was fantastic. We drove to another part of the beach and it was still misty and pretty overcast at that stage, but it was just beautiful out there. And we looked in the oyster sacks and he showed us where he got them from.
So typical County Down weather, 4 seasons in a day. And then you went on to where did you go after that?
Then we went to Finnebroke.
Right, so we've got some of Dennis's, look at that. I mean, that's a lovely bit of loin of venison. That he's trimmed all that down and you just got the eye of the meat there, which is great. And last of all, we've got some lovely fruit. So where's that from?
It was also picked by me, actually.
It was. Well, hold on. It's on the blackcurrants. I picked 4 of those blackcurrants.
4 of them. I think it's the one on the left here.
Almost double figures, but I got tired.
I feel that we're going to have to do some work now, Danny. You know, I mean,
well,
I get the sort of feeling that they're moving towards the point where we are going to have to do some work. So will we gather up and go?
I'm going to take this one.
You're going to have that one. I suppose I'm stuck with the fruit, am I?
Okay,
we'll go do some work. Off we go.
And she drives about on a sledge drawn by reindeer with her wand in her hand and a crown on her head. Reminded me of you.
Well, there's 2 good ingredients. I think we should split them between us, and work out what we're going to do with each. Will you go first? What are you going to do with the mussels?
I'm going to make a little, the French would call it a mouclade, but it's got a few variations. I'm putting leeks in it, which they wouldn't normally, and they would normally use cognac. So it's going to be like a sort of slightly creamy sauce with saffron and curry powder, and a few leeks and some Bushmills whiskey, and we'll cook the mussels off, and then we use the mussel juice as the stock for the,
Lovely.
For the thing. And then we're going to this little thing. And what are you going to do with yours?
I'm going to do a little gratin with some apples, some cider, some shallots, and a little bit of tarragon, bit of creme fraiche, and then pop them under the grill. Just shuck them and
just set them.
Just gently poach them. I'm not too sure about the guests if they want to have some of the oysters.
Some people don't do the raw.
Bit squeamish, so. But hopefully I'm sure they'll enjoy them. Voila.
Leeks, onions, they're sweated down with a bit of butter. I'm going to put a little bit of curry powder in here, not a lot, just it's a very light curry flavour. With mussels, apparently it's quite a popular thing because the mussels, the sweetness takes the curry flavour quite well. French had cognac, but I thought we'd have a little bit of local variation, so I've got some Bushmills whiskey here. Seeing as how it's our 400th anniversary this year.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then I'm going to put in, this is saffron, which I've soaked. It's going to give us a really lovely colour.
I've just gently poached the oysters in their own juice. Take out that just initial rawness. Pop them back in their shell with a cleaned out so there's no gravel or anything. When I have grit, sometimes you get them from the side. There's nothing worse than a nice delicate oyster and a mouthful of shell.
Our mussels should be nearly there, I think. Look, we're trying to open up, you see. But I just need them a wee bit more open, and then I can start taking them out of the shell. Oh, here we go. I'm nearly there, I think. As you can see, they're lovely big boys. They're hot. Oh, the rumbling noise that the sound man hears in the background is my sorbet machine where we're making a little blackcurrant sorbet.
I've just reduced down the Granny Smith shallots, the local cider, and some tarragon vinegar. Made like a reduction. Then add a couple of spoonfuls of creme fraiche and some fresh tarragon, a little bit of seasoning. And I'm going to place that with a couple of egg yolks in it. It's going to make like an emulsion there, like a sabayon. Do you want me to give you a wee lift or anything? Or?
No, I'm nearly there.
Peachy? Good.
And down, down, down again into the wild valleys and out into acres of blue flowers.
C.S. Lewis inspired by these mountains.
We're here.
Yep.
Here we go.
We have a good appetite.
Absolutely, I'm Hank Marvin.
Well, I fought for the oysters. So I've poached the oysters gently in their own juice, and then I made a little reduction with cider and tarragon and a bit of creme fraiche, and popped them under the salamander. And nice and simple. I think oysters, you can't really overcomplicate it. They're just going to take away from the oyster.
And my mussels, I've got they're lovely big plump mussels, and we've got a very light curry sauce with them. It's got a little bit of saffron. It's got Bushmills whiskey in it, believe it or not. It's got the mussel stock in it, and a tiny bit of creme fraiche also, but not a bad amount.
A good amount.
A good amount.
All right.
Brilliant, can we tuck in?
So,
One at a
County
time.
down.
To county down.
County down.
These are gorgeous. The apple is fantastic. Works really
Well,
Incredible.
It's cooking. It's always better.
I think we're going to have to do some more work.
Yeah.
Are you?
We get cracking.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
If we drag it out long enough, the sorbet might have set.
Well, you know, I could have another chat for C.S. Lewis.
Oh,
There you
yes.
go.
If she's asleep when I get back, I'll let you.
Oh, well, it's more than likely. I have that effect on
Bedtime
women.
story. Well, that seemed to go all right.
Yeah, definitely did. No, I think they seem to enjoy your mussels.
Well, I hope so. Your oysters are just nice, just set, you know.
Yeah, come up well.
So you're going to get on with
Yeah, I'm gonna soldier on with
the
venison.
I'm going to have a wee look at the, see my sorbet's nearly there.
So what I'm going to do is, just to say, to season it up, or a bit of oil on it, and I'm just going to baste it in butter. Northern Ireland's come on really well over the last, not even decades, even the last 5 years
I
especially.
think probably because we're working in it, we don't even realise, you know, how good it is. I mean, not we're talking up County Down particularly, but I mean...
But it is the best county.
It is.
We're blessed to have such great gear on our doorstep, you know, and it'd be a shame not to look after it and treat it with care.
So what's that one in there?
I got some shallots and garlic.
cauliflower.
I'm going to cauliflower puree.
And you're going to blitz that, yeah?
Yeah, I am indeed. Get a wee shred of red.
Spin it out as much as you can, then my sorbet might be set. Sorry.
Ah, look at that. It's like baby food.
Well, that smells good, mate.
That sorbet's not far off now, is it?
That's good.
About 9 o'clock.
Did you get the end of your book yet?
I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Oh, fantastic.
The lion gets it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, check that out.
I've done a wee cauliflower puree. I've also roasted some of the cauliflower to give like that texture differentiate from different styles of cooking. And I also hijacked some of our little black currants I put into the sauce, and I deglazed it with the venison, and I did a few roast steps with it, and some parsley in it.
I think we should.
Yes, tuck in.
Should we go?
County down, darling. County down.
That is incredible.
Far much flavour than beef has.
Yeah.
And it's as tender as lamb.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, the black currants are nice with it, that bit of tartness on it.
And what else have you put in that? So that's blackcurrant.
A little bit of sherry vinegar, and a little bit of sugar, and caramelised, deglazed the pan that was in, and a little bit of beef stock.
I'm going to go and have work again now.
Yeah. I think I can sit here, let the dessert, I can sit here with another glass of wine.
Well, if I'm not
I'll give you a hand. I'll give you a hand for it.
come and get me.
So I think it's only fair to give you a hand.
That was gorgeous, gentlemen.
That was
Absolutely
incredible.
gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's thickening up. Starting to get there. Really good flavour out of those. Black currants are fabulous. This is a panna cotta mix. So in here we've got milk, cream, sugar, and I've got these little bits floating in it. They're lavender heads, which we'll strain out afterwards, but they're basically a
Room for a
in the
small
garden here.
How's our little night of sorbet?
I think we'll be down to the wire here, you know. Wee fruit jelly. Part of the dessert.
Here they come again.
It's those boys again.
Those boys sent from heaven.
You've got a lavender panna cotta, a black currant sorbet, and there's a jelly which is made with summer fruits and black currant juice.
Very summery dessert.
So hopefully it's a nice summery dessert. So guys, you've got to the end of your little trek round.
This fine county of ours.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, what's your impressions?
I mean, it's just stunning to see just the local produce and the freshness of this stuff, and especially the people that we've met, the pride that they have in the produce that they're producing.
It's amazing that we're sitting here, like, kind of, I don't know, on one of the few sunny evenings of this summer, and it's all come together in one day.
Excellent.
Isn't that amazing?
It has.
It's been perfect, hasn't it? It's
On a
been a
break.
perfect day.
Nothing short of perfect. Yeah, it's been great.
With their bellies full after a world-class feast, Flora and Liam's fabulous food adventure comes to an end under the gaze of the glorious Mourne Mountains.